guys, thank you for coming up here today. We are officially unveiling a new rifle that we have designed with the good folks over at the NRA. So I'd like to introduce you to some people real quick. I'm going to start with Eric Lundgren here with Remington. Eric, come on up.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Eric, pleasure to meet you. And then we've got Scott here. Scott, come on up. All right, and then Kyle, guys, come on up here for me. All right, and Adam, you can just kind of position yourselves up here, gentlemen, however you'd like. So this is the team, right? These guys went back and forth and everything else to design this rifle to try to make this the best American hunting rifle that we could. And without getting too much out of my mind, because these gentlemen are much smarter than I am, I'm going to turn it over to them. And fellas, the crowd is yours. So here we are.
Hey, thanks. I really appreciate it on that. We're super excited about this gun. We met back last SHOT Show and we had this concept of, can we develop the perfect whitetail rifle? And we said, well, you know, if you pick 5 random people out of this crowd right here, probably none of them would agree on what it is. I mean, I know what the perfect whitetail rifle is, but it may be a little bit different, right? So how's that? So we worked on this thing for a few months. Scott, I'm gonna kind of turn this over to you. So you can kind of take us through what the process was. We had a bunch of people from Remington, a bunch of people from the NRA Hunter, just take us through for just a couple minutes about what we did. You know, it's not an easy process trying to figure out what the perfect whitetail rifle is. It really isn't, because there are a ton of things that you know, people would disagree on, right? Barrel length, caliber. So kind of take us through what we did. We went to Ilion, New York, and we all sat down together. Your guys, our engineers, all hunters, all shooters. So kind of take us through that just for a second.
Fans of American Hunter who might follow our website are probably already familiar with the 6-part video series we've done in conjunction with the release of this rifle. And that really tells a story, so I'll repeat some of that now. But starting at SHOT Show 2018, we were meeting with Remington personnel, as we always do, to talk about plans, past, present, and future. And they were talking about a few special projects they've done. And I'd always looked for such an opening, and I said, we could do that. And I had in mind a rifle that really is unlike the one we're going to show you today. So this gun, the design of it has gone through some evolutions, all for the better. It's been called a lot of things: ultimate whitetail rifle, ultimate deer rifle. I didn't want to call it a deer rifle. I don't know about you, but I have plenty of deer rifles. I wanted a big game hunter to say, I need that gun, not, I don't need another deer rifle. So eventually its naming became self-evident. It's simply called the Model 700 American Hunter. So it's one for everyone. Male, female, whitetail hunter, whatever you want to do. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, probably the hottest selling cartridge on the market today. I don't own a 6.5 Creedmoor, so now I will, maybe a couple of them. So starting at SHOT Show 2018 got us to today, April 25, 2019. And we spent just about all that time refining this. And now the first several hundred have been made, and they're going to keep making them. And Eric and I hunted with a couple of prototypes last year. We still have one of those at NRA headquarters. It looks pretty much like the rifle you'll see today. But a few things have changed. And we're really proud of this gun. We really are. It's a venerable action. The Model 700, for everyone who knows, was introduced in 1962. It just plain works. Everyone uses it. Competition shooters use it. Bench rest shooters use it. Law enforcement, military uses it. Hunters use it. So you really can't go wrong with that. You can improve upon that. The things we added to this gun to hopefully improve its design, its usability, its practicality, include a fat bolt handle, so you can easily find it. You can easily grip it and work the loading and unloading, whether you got wet hands or gloved hands. We've purposely put a very short barrel on it to make it very practical, to make it like a patrol rifle. Look, at 6.5 Creedmoor, you're not going to, you can shoot this gun 800 yards. You're not going to hunt with this gun at 800 yards, not a 6.5 Creedmoor, but you can hunt with it and kill with it at 500 yards. With a 20-inch barrel, you can do that all day long. We're only giving up on average about 65 feet per second by coming down from a 22 to a 20-inch barrel. So we don't feel we gave up very much at all there. Bell & Carlson composite stock with aluminum bedding in it to help with the accuracy potential. We got a Packmark accelerator recoil pad on it. Factory installed Leupold Mark IV two-piece bases, so all you have to do is find your favorite scope and a pair of rings and you're off to the races. We did special serialization on it. It starts with 19, the year of introduction, AH for American Hunter, and then the serial number. So they'll start at 100 and go up from there. We put the American Hunter nameplate on the drop floor plate. That's the exact same nameplate as you'll find on our magazine cover. That was supplied to us from our creative director, Mark Weaver. He worked with the creative folks at Remington, so they got the right specs for that. All the metalwork is Cerakoted. The barrel, 20-inch long, medium heavy taper, so it settles nicely on target. It's not too whippy, it's not pencil thin. But the gun weighs less than 7 pounds, as it is. So we feel it's very comfortable. It's threaded, 5H24 threaded for a suppressor. That's where the 20-inch barrel really comes in handy, because if you put a 7 or 8 or 9-inch long suppressor in it, now you got a long gun.
That's right. We'll show that one to you now.
See, so now the 20-inch barrel comes into play. You put a suppressor on it, and now it's a very long gun. You don't want a suppressor. You notice the thread cap that we chose for this is not bulbous. It blends right in with the taper of the barrel. So if you don't want a suppressor, no one's telling you to put one on there, and nobody will even know that you have a suppressor-ready barrel. Again, though, it's a nod to a 21st century hunter. 20th century design, and we tried to update it for the 21st century. Suppressor-ready, 6.5 Creedmoor, composite stock.
So the NRA guys met us up in Ilion to go through this, all the features and what we wanted to do to this thing to make it the perfect gun for us. Hey Adam, why don't you and Kyle? Kyle is our plant manager in Ilion. He's got the distinction of having the hardest job in the company. Trying to keep a factory as big and as complex with the thousands of SKUs that we run through there, running like a well-oiled machine. So we appreciate you coming down, taking the day off to come down here. And Adam is an executive editor at American Hunter. Why don't you guys talk just a minute about what the experience was like going up and going through the factory and that type of thing?
Well, it was like a kid in a candy store. We get to go up there to Ilion and look at all the designs that Remington has done in the past. And Kyle brings out all these stocks, all these barrel lengths, barrel contours. We look at finishes, we look at bolt knobs, we look at everything laid out on this table and think, what can we make out of all these parts to be the ideal big game rifle? And I think we came pretty close to doing that with this gun. But it was also a learning experience. We got to go through the Ilion factory and see how the employees up there put these things together. And let me tell you, those folks up there have a tremendous amount of pride in the rifles and the other firearms that they produce up there. So it was fun, it was a learning experience. It probably kept you up at night.
Yeah, I really didn't know what to expect at first. You know, we produce over 70 calibers in the bolt action, so not knowing what you guys were going to go after kind of kept me up at night. But once you guys were interested in the 6.5 Creedmoor, you know, we just launched that 6.5 Creedmoor, or the 6.5 Creedmoor in the PCR, and it's just been a tremendous success for us. So to stay with the 6.5 was, I think, was the right choice.
Yeah, the thing that really brought it all together for me when we were up there, we had a bunch of barreled actions laid out and a bunch of different stock designs. And I'm kind of like a short barrel fan, not super short, but I like a 20-inch or an 18-inch barrel just because it's so maneuverable. And when we slapped this barrel action into this stock and just threw it up onto our shoulders, I think we were all like, that's it. That's the rifle we want.
Yes.
We hope you guys feel the same way.
Yeah, so when we started to go after this barrel contour, we actually used a full varmint blank, so it's a little bit different than we're used to in the past. The full varmint blank, it really gives you an advantage because we do hammer forging in our facility. So when you hammer forge a rifle barrel, and it's a varmint blank, so a varmint blank's a little bit larger, it allows you to get rifling both ends of the breech end, the muzzle end. So when you do your chambering, you get the pilot on that rifling, and it keeps the chamber completely concentric, and you don't get any washout with the chamber in at all. So it's a double ream barrel that's new to us as well, on new equipment. You know, the receiver, super critical. You know, everybody buys Remington's barreled actions, or I'm sorry, just Rem actions, and you know, that receiver, we invested into some machinery where in the past, you know, we would have to use 3 different types of equipment to thread the receiver, as well as manufacture the locking surfaces, as well as the counterbore. So we invested in some equipment and some fixturing. We're actually able to do those 3 cuts all in one. So if you know anything about manufacturing, you can eliminate how many times you load the product. You're able to machine that component with tighter tolerances, which was you know, very instrumental in getting the accuracy we want out of this. Very proud of it. Our employees, you know, we're a 202-year-old company. It's very common to run across an employee that's 3rd, 4th, 5th generation. So you know, it's a great place to work. I've been there 25 years. Plant manager about 5, and you know, we just got a great bunch of people. And Mike Keeney, who's a product manager who worked with these guys on this, he kind of cold called me the other day, and I happened to be in the gallery where the guys were shooting these, and you know, they're shooting 0.5, you know, 0.75 groups all day, and he asked me, hey, ask the guys what they think. And if you guys knew my employees, I would tell you, they're going to tell you what they think. That's sometimes good, that's sometimes bad. But for this, they're just super proud of it, and can't say enough about, you know, working with you guys and you know, promoting this thing. It's going to be a winner for sure.
I don't think those new machining processes that you've incorporated into this, I don't think we can overemphasize that, because those custom level tolerances that you've put into this rifle are largely responsible for that kind of accuracy. And that's a new process for you guys, or one that's probably going to go forward. But this is one of the first rifles that's been used on.
Yeah, and you'll see in the, you know, the bolt, you'll see you know, nicer finishes in the locking surface, as well as the camming surface. So it helps with bolt movement, and you know, the primary extraction surface, we're machining that in now with this rifle, so that's kind of new for us. So it helps with bolt lift. So there's a lot that's been put into this, and you know, all the folks home back in Ilion are super proud. So thank you.
Hey, so we've had a lot of fun doing this gun. One of the things I want to tell everybody here is we're giving one of these guns away every day. We've got an iPad in the booth here up by where these things sit. And probably not many people have entered today, so this is probably a good day for you to get a good shot at this thing. So one other thing I want to do, just to take just a second, can you hold this for a second? So we've got some challenge coins down here. We'd love for you guys to take one. We did do a handful of very special challenge coins that I want to present to each one of these guys. It's a sterling silver challenge coin. I think it really turned out great. It's beautiful. But please help yourself to a challenge coin. Does anybody have any questions for anybody here?
Price.
Yeah, this should.
What's it cost and how do I order one?
Yeah, good question. He just said price. Yeah, this should retail for between $10.50 and $11.50, depending on where your retailer is. These are open to all of our channels, so your retailer can order that from whatever wholesaler or buy group you'd like.
As Remington told me, it went live, advertised at Remington.com this morning. There you can see all about the rifle and even follow a link back to AmericanHunter.org and see some of the marketing literature, some of the story that we tell. And you can find a dealer locator. This gun will not be available in big box stores, but it will be available through all Remington's dealer networks. So it's going to be available nationwide. And as Eric just said, it's not going to break the bank. It was important to Adam and I not to design a custom $2,200 rifle. Not everybody's going to buy it. The American Hunter is not a custom guide per se. We want this to be every man or every woman's rifle. And I think we achieved that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Like Eric said, guys, we've got these rifles on display here, just on the other side of the booth. And as Eric also mentioned, we are giving away 3 of these over the course of the weekend. So make sure that you get into sweepstakes before you head home tonight, or tomorrow, or on Sunday. So thank you very much, guys.